All right, everyone. Nice to see everyone back in class. Everyone's healthy and ready to go. Just introduce ourselves again. I'm Coach Miller, and this is Coach Marshall. And we're going to have a great lesson today all about throwing. So real quick, does anybody know what 3 throwing styles we went over after our first few classes? Anybody know? Just raise your hand. Sam.
Overhand?
All right, that's one. Anybody else know the other 2? Lexi? Underhand and sidearm. Perfect. So that's our 3 types of throwing. Does anybody know what's different about the 3 types of throwing? So what is an indicator that you're throwing overhand? Just to give us a little bit of a review before we go into our activity. Anybody know like what one cue of an overhand throw would be? What distinguishes it from the sidearm or underhand? Anybody know?
It's the placement of your hand. So if you're going overhand, it's kind of by your head.
Perfect. Yep. So with an overhand, right, think about it. Overhand. It says it in the word. So you're going over. You're above the midline. So you're right by your head and you're releasing out in front. Anybody know anything about the underhand that distinguishes it between the overhand and the sidearm?
So like your palms facing up when you release, and you release like right about here.
That's perfect. So the same thing, underhand, think about it in the word if you're confused. Under. So you're under the midline and you're releasing under the midline. Anybody know anything about the sidearm? It says it in the word as a hint.
Well, when you throw for release from the sidearm, you finish going across your body instead of up or down.
That's great, Rick. So exactly like it says in the word, sidearm, you're thinking of releasing it at the side of your body, right at the midline. So if anybody's ever confused about the 3 types of throws, just look at the word and it gives you a hint, pretty much. That's a great way to think about it. So everybody, we can just line up over here and then I'll get you guys in groups of 2. So everybody just line up over here on the baseline and we'll get in groups of 2. 5. Okay, so we're going to get into groups of 2. Find somebody with the same brand of shoe as you and partner up. So if you have a Nike shoe, partner up. If you have an Adidas shoe, partner up. That's who's going to be a partner.
I know when you got a wild card here with
Yeah,
Sal.
and if you have a wild card with Lexi and Sal, you guys can be
Okay.
together.
Sal the wild.
Excellent managerial skills.
So
All
this is
right.
perfect.
Wonder where it's coming from.
Now, this is what we're going to do. So,
So almost 2:30, 2 minutes 30 seconds has been all review. We haven't started the test, so again it's borderline, getting in borderline long.
So this is how we're going to start. So you're going to have your partner, and you're going to be lined up with these 2 cones. And as you can see, there's cones at each level. So there's 3 sets of cones. Be inside the cone so that you don't run into the cone at the next level. So can you just toss me a ball? You good, coach? So all we're going to be doing is now that we went over our 3 types of throws as a review, we're going to be incorporating these into our game. So this game is called throwing on the move. Okay? So all we're going to be doing
We're using
is as we're
games,
moving down
name
these
for the
levels,
games. That's
we're gonna
perfect
be
for the
shuffling
association.
and incorporating the 3 types of throws. So as you can see, me and Chris are doing an underhand throw, and we would do that all the way down. And then on the way back, me and Chris will just start here. We're not going to go all the way down. On the way back, we're going to incorporate a second type of throw. So if you did the underhand throw on the way down, you'll do the overhand throw on the way back. So I would be overhand throwing Chris while we're shuffling. And the biggest thing here is we want to maintain a straight pathway and not go off of our direction. If we go off of our direction, we can be a little bit too close to each other. And if we're too close to each other, does anybody have any idea what that might cause?
You can drop the ball.
Exactly. You could drop the ball, or if you're too close, right, if I'm right here next to Sal, right, I'm not going to throw it hard, so it could result in a bad throw as well. So that's what we're going to do for the first time. You're going to choose 2 types of throws. You're going to do one on the way down and one on the way back. And you're leading your partner. Lead your partner. You don't want to throw it right at them. You want to throw it a little bit farther out and lead your partner and maintain motion. Don't stop, okay? Does anybody have any questions on what we're doing? All right, so like I said, with your partner that has the same type of shoes, we'll have 2 groups here, and then one group can use those 2 cones as a marker. So 2 groups here, 1 group over here. And yes, grab 1 ball per group.
Okay, so almost 5 minutes for a regular class, that would still be good, but for a 15 up to 15-minute class, a bit long. So that's an observation, very clear, informing. I think that the demonstration was good, exactly what they were going to do.
All the way back, and the next group will go. Ready?
And pretty much this is just to add movement to a style of throw that they already have done. So it's just to keep it consistent.
Don't cross your feet. Now switch the throw. Switch the style of throw. Lead your partner. Lead them. You don't want to stop. And follow through. Follow through to your other pocket. Good. Good, Sam.
Guys, notice you guys got a little closer as you went.
It's not a race. It's not a race. We're focused on the mechanics. It's okay. It's okay. But Sal, stop real quick. Sal, you want to lead her. Don't throw it behind her. Lead her next to you. Good, lead them. Now switch your style.
Make sure you try and stay in a straight line. You see these
Okay, what I would do differently here in terms of the wait time, you had 4 students waiting in their turn there. For the class size, that would be too much. So while one goes down, maybe when they are like by the mid court, the other groups can go, and then they just reorganize at the very end over there, and then they restart. And that could have been just part of the description of the task. This is just to increase the activity time.
Once you get to the last one, you're going to switch your style of throw. So you're going to have one style, then switch it. Then another style, then switch it. So you're going to switch it 4 different times, okay? So choose your talk with your partner real quick. Set your style of throws that you're going to do at each level, and then we'll start. Low to high. Everybody have an idea what you're going to do? And remember, maintain inside the cones. We don't want anybody tripping over the cones. Maintain, everybody just listen up real quick. I saw a couple people almost trip over the cones. I had said it prior. Make sure we stay within the boundaries of the cones. So go a little bit inside the cones. I don't want anybody to trip as we're shuffling, okay?
slow down if you have to. If you're going too fast, so you guys are moving like that, you can't control it. Slow down so you guys can get the rhythm first, then you can speed up the time.
Anybody have any questions before we start? All right, here we go.
Very, very clear, informing, very, very clear, good feedback. I think the cues are appropriate. They're a little bit general, but I can see that pretty much is just the application of the throw as they are combining it with the shuffling.
And it's not a race. Stay in the straight pathway. Lead your partner. Lead them. Lead them. Good. Way to switch, Sam. It's okay. Take your
And it's
time.
about leading too.
Make sure we follow through the opposite pocket. Good. Way to use your side.
Ryan.
Release on the midline. That's perfect. Alyssa. Oh, my bad. Great job. Great job. All right, you coach.
Oh, come on, Sam.
Ryan, he's already 9 minutes in. 9 minutes in.
Great, Sal. Sal, way to make the adjustment. Speed's in. Perfect. It's okay. Great job, guys.
I'm going to get ready for next game.
Now we're going to huddle up on the coach. We're going to move inside.
Everyone get in a straight line, please. Shoulder to shoulder on this baseline. All right, I'm going to give you guys each a number. Can you please remember it? Yes, sir. Got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2. Can I get 1 at this 3-point line right there? Can I get 2 in the middle here? And then can I get 3 over here? I know one team's uneven. We're going to go over how we're going to face that. All right, just line up on the baseline still. And get another line. All right, so this first team over here, you guys are going to be the Jets. You guys are going to be the Bills. And you guys are going to be the Giants. All right. So for this first throw here, we're going to be doing a sidearm throw. This is a chance for you guys to get some early bonus points. What team can give me one cue of a sidearm throw? That'd be good for this distance. What team can think of one? Jets, Bills, or Giants? There's 3 stations, so you guys got 2 more chances. So like exactly what's gonna happen. So the first person that goes here, what's gonna happen is they're gonna sidearm throw, try to get it into the hoop. And then there's for the third as soon as you're done with that, you're gonna run all the way down here. And just wait right here when you're done, all right? After the first one. So then the second person is going to be waiting right to the side behind. First, you're going to see they made it through. And then you can see we have a hoop right here. You're going to do an underhand throw of a beanbag and try to land it in there. Now, who can think of it? What team can give me a cue that could possibly help you with that? I saw this hand first. What do we got, Giants?
When you throw it, your release point should be a little lower, not so high, so it doesn't go over.
Perfect. So you guys got a bonus points. Keep track of your bonus points. You guys. So as soon as you guys are done with that, the third and last person, this is over. Would you mind helping me out by standing right there, please? So you see where I set up that cone right there? So the person who ran down here, as soon as they get this ball, they're going to pick it up and try to get the person in stride. Oh! Then you finish through that goal line, keep going through that cone, and the first person to finish through that cone wins. So the point system is going to be the first place team gets 5, second place team gets 3, third place team gets 1. I don't know if you guys follow track. That's how track meets actually scored. Quick fun fact for you. All right, so you guys got foam ball there. So pick one up. If you miss,
Okay,
you gotta run out.
the one observation here is very descriptive, but still, in terms of the demonstration, a point might be deducted here due to the fact that you needed to walk them through what it actually looks like. What it actually looks like. What I don't also do not know if it's going to happen is that since this is a complex type of task, so it's pretty good. But I am predicting, well, let me not predict. I'm just seeing how the cues are going to operate here. Not sure what they're necessarily learning here in terms of the throwing aspect of the lesson.
Third person, please come all the way down here to the last baseline. And then remember to win. It's not just catching the ball, it's finishing through the line. Remember that. So if you don't, yes, you have a question?
If we don't get it in, do we just keep trying?
Yes, you keep going, you just keep trying. And then if you drop the ball here, you gotta go back. Same thing. If you miss, you gotta go out and get it.
So this is another exciting game. This is utilization level because there's the accuracy part of it. There is the pressure time in this case at the same time, but it's mostly about accuracy. It's mostly about going against time. So time is of essence as well here. So what I can see is that with the throwing, they're just applying it general in. The 3 styles generally, as a whole, in 2 different contexts. That's pretty much what they're doing here. It's not about breaking down the skill, but it's just to literally combine them. So just make an observation on the cue about reinforcing the.
It's all a race. The second person is the
The first person's got to run down. First person's got to run down.
What does the second person do? The second person.
See all the questions. See, so that's why they needed a walkthrough. They needed a walkthrough before.
All right, the Jets got 5 points.
So they're getting the task as they trial and error. So this is what you want to avoid. That's why you want to really demonstrate exactly what they are doing.
Bills got 3 points. Giants off. Oh, man down. Let's go. Just breathe, okay? You all right? All right. All right. So now you guys got a feel for the game, right? Guys, pay attention. So everyone move up 1 to where you were. So rotate 1. Guys, if you don't have to run, aka not the first person. Oh, I'm gonna wait till you guys stop.
3 more minutes.
3 more gonna do one more round of it. All right, is everyone in their spots? Yes, sir. All right, so as I was saying, remember, if you're that first person, you're not done after you make that sidearm throw. You're running down here getting ready to be a receiver for the overhand thrower. And then for this next one, I have a little bit of a challenge for you guys with the overhand throw. This cone right here is where the throw's got to be at least 2. So you can't just do a little lob pass right off the
So the
start.
cues, as I predicted, kind of got lost in this game. The demonstration also needed to be more specific, more emphatic, walk them through. So demonstration for the first task was good. Demonstration for the second task needed improvement.
The people in the second group move up a little bit closer, try to be a little bit more line with this orange line here.
So kind of balance out, because the first task, a simpler task though. This is a complex task. But hopefully you see the point. The teachers are well dressed. I like their attire. They're well prepared for the class. The activities are developmentally appropriate. Both of them were, both of the tasks. They were quite enthusiastic. The information is very, very clear. I would say that just to be a little bit faster, just to go very enthusiastic, Ryan. Actually.
I'm sorry. Got it. Come on. All right. So everyone line to the baseline for me. Let's count out your points. See one. All right. Let's start first with the first game. You guys got 5. You guys got second. 3. You guys got 1. So you got 3. Yeah, you guys got 3 total. I believe it's a 2-way
So choosing demonstration, not completely lost, because as I said, very good for the first task. The second task, due to its complexity, yes, you kind of got lost there.
Professor, how much time do we have left? Can we do one more round?
No.
All right, unfortunately, we are going to have to end the time.
We can do first one goes to the
Well, the Giants are in last day.
I'm sorry. Professor said no.
Okay, go for it. Quick.
Quick.
Yeah, quick, go for it.
One quick round. Reset wherever you guys want. We can all go.
Okay, I can stop the recording here. You can see that those are the observations for the class. Good overall lesson. Just the few observations when it comes to the cues and the demonstration when it comes to the complexity of game situation per se.